Hello everyone, it's Diane, and I have two more magazine Traveler's Notebook inserts to share with you. These will be being sent out to two of my junk journal friends who have been very supportive of me. This first one was made with a, I forgot the name of it, the blog one. It's the Somerset magazine about blogs. So this is going to Lee, who has been a very sweet and special friend to me very early on in my adventure here in junk journal land. So I wanted to send this to her, and I just tied it with this pretty gold colored sheer ribbon. And here is the cover. Actually, this is an image from the magazine. I cut it out and just stitched it to the back because the back, this part of the magazine cover wasn't very interesting. But isn't that pretty? So I took this out of a piece of scrapbook paper, and it says Lovely Day, and I glued that on there. And just a quick look through. I made a little pocket here and stitched on an image from the magazine. Artful Blogging, that's the name of the magazine. Here's an inventory tag tucked inside with a piece of the fiber that I carry in my shop there. And a ticket that I stitched on. There's a little tab. Here's just a little partial page from the magazine and a little piece of vintage ledger paper. And I stitched on a little vellum pocket here and inserted a cigarette card that came from Australia. Leanda sent that to me, and I'm passing it on. She sent me several, so I can part with a couple of them. A couple of tags that I made. And on this page, I stitched this on as a pocket with a little piece of lace. And these are some images from the magazine. I just stitched it to coffee dyed paper. Stamped up there. There's a tab, fabric tab there. This is a little piece of yellow rosebud eyelet fabric that I stitched on as a little tuck spot, and this is an image from the magazine. This is just a printable that I got from somewhere. And I tucked it in here, and then just to secure it, I attached it with this little tiny Tim Holtz paper clip. And please excuse my fingers. I coffee dyed paper yesterday, and I hate that the way your nails look so dirty for a couple of days after you do that. Here's a piece of vellum with feathers on it. A little piece of seam binding and a little piece of cherry printed fabric. I just put some washi tape on this, and Lee can glue something here for journaling or glue a picture on it, or she can just admire that luscious dessert. And here's a pocket made from an image from the magazine, a little piece of ribbon stitched across the top, a little guest check there for journaling. And there's a tag and a vintage ticket and another tag from Flow magazine. There's a vintage little floral sticker there. This is just green printer paper that I coffee dyed. And of course, this page is from the magazines. Some nice bright colors there. I put this one in the center so you could just see the quote, "The most wonderful thing," and I love tulips. I'm going to put some hearts on the string here. There's a little triangle-shaped paper clip holding on this little journaling card. This is from a vintage appointment and memoranda book. Little fabric collage flip there. Another guest check. There's another luscious dessert, and I just glued this little piece of a sticky pad there. This is another sticky pad, a little puppy on it. And here's some seam binding with some of the green fiber from Denise's shop. And then I made this long pocket and just tucked in an index card that's coffee dyed and a scrap of coffee dyed paper, patterned paper. Another flip. Some ledger paper and some eyelet trim, and there's a vintage ledger. And here's the other side of that short page, and it has a little scrap of the feather vellum on it, and there's a card tucked in there for journaling. Another fabric tab. And on the back I also just stitched a piece of paper with images from the magazine. So this one is for Lee, and then the next one is for Leslie. Leslie has also been a friend early in my junk journal adventure, and these two ladies both just were so sweet and were commenting on my videos to begin with, and then we just started, we became friends on Facebook, and we message back and forth, and we send each other surprises now and then. So here's a nice surprise for you, Leslie. So this is made with Fairy magazine, and so I tied it with this gorgeous multicolor, like a rainbow color ribbon with gold trim. And here's the cover. And I covered the UPC with this handmade label here. It was a printable. And I put on these Tim Holtz little chat stickers, Wishful Dreams. So it's pretty much laid out the same as Lee's. I just put a little piece of the silver eyelash trim there. It looks very fairy-like. And then in this tag there's a piece of the blue yarn that has silvery stuff in it. There's a yellow tag stitched on here. There's another cigarette card with a butterfly and a couple of homemade tags. Little piece of vellum makes the pocket. Little piece of purple lace and purple fabric here. I thought it was nice with the peacock picture. This is an illustration that was in the magazine, and it's stitched to some black, it's stitched to some black fabric, which is stitched on as a pocket. There's a little fabric tab. And then this is an illustration from the magazine that I stitched to coffee dyed paper. Look at that beautiful trim. I've had this for a very, very long time and I never use it, but it was perfect for this book. There was an article in this magazine about fairy gardens, so there are a couple of pictures of fairy gardens in here. This one I just stitched a couple different pieces of ledger to the back of it so you can journal. This is actually a sticker from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And then this is a pocket, and tucked inside the pocket is this little journaling card and a tally card, bridge tally. Couple of vintage tickets and a yellow tag from Tattered Dream, and there's a vintage floral sticker there. I don't know if Leslie likes fairies. I didn't want to ask because I don't want to give away the surprise. There's another vintage sticker, and I'm going to put some hearts here. Hearts or flowers, one or the other. And here's a paper clip with a journaling card clipped on. I did some stamping in purple and pink and green in this book. There's that really pretty colored eyelash trim again. Purple lace and some fabric. This is a journaling spot, and this I just glued on. This is the last piece of Kool-Aid dyed paper that I had, and I thought it was a good color for the fairy journal. I'll have to dye some more. I've got some Kool-Aid in my cupboard waiting for me to do it. There's a sticky note up there, a guest check here. This is from a little set of sticky notes for planners. Here's another image from the fairy garden. Here is a pearlescent piece of vellum. And it's got some lace and this fringy trim. I think this came with in the same set as that other trim that I said I've had for years and never used. And this has a little bit of ruffled netting, pink netting across the top. And inside this is this illustration, coffee dyed paper, and another image. And it's dyed to green coffee dyed paper. Stitched to green coffee dyed paper. Is that what I said? I don't think I said that. Anyway, here's another fairy garden picture with some lace and rickrack up here, and another fairy garden picture with the tree reading a story to the little child fairy and the animals on the ground. So cute. And then here's a library pocket with another illustration glued on. I have to put a library card in there. So these are the two journals that I made last week, and I want to get them mailed, so I wanted to do a video of them first. So I hope you enjoyed them, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Bye bye.